The government promised a new era of world-class infrastructure, but sometimes the line between a national game-changer and a national disaster is thinner than you think. Join us as we examine the leadership behind the BCDA and the truth about their lost opportunities. Since 1992, the BCDA has been steered by a revolving door of powerful figures. From the founding years under Victor Lim and Rogelio Singson, through the long tenure of General Narciso Abaya, to the extensive terms of Arnel Casanova and Vince Dizon. Today, the agency is under attorney Hilario Paredes and engineer Joshua Binkang. Decades of leadership, different names, different signatures. But as the torch was passed from one administration to the next, some promises were left broken. On paper, their collective vision was breathtaking, some among which is a high-speed railway to Clark and a premier sports complex to showcase the Philippines. BCDA promised modernization and national pride. But promises are expensive. Instead of progress, some of these projects became examples of how public funds can be wasted through poor management. First, Northrail. Designed to revive the line to Clark, it instead became a notorious failure spanning multiple BCDA presidencies. There were three main problems. The contract was awarded without public bidding. Engineers used Chinese standards incompatible with Philippine soil. And the cost? It ballooned from $421 million to nearly $2 billion. By 2011, the government had paid billions, yet the train never ran. In 2023, the project was officially abolished, leaving the BCDA to settle the debts. Then came the Sea Games facilities, beautiful for a few weeks, but questionable behind the scenes. The contract went to Malaysian firm MTD Capital, again without public bidding. And despite being called a joint venture, the contractor put up no cash. The money came from a 9.5 billion peso government loan. Technically, taxpayers paid for it. The contractor took the profit. Worse, the human cost. Indigenous Aita communities were displaced from their lands to make room for construction. To their credit, the current leadership is working to ensure these facilities remain useful. They've converted the site into a government hub, housing the National Academy of Sports and agencies like Bangko Sentral. But while this saves the buildings, it can't erase the past. The government had to absorb the full cost of that loan to clean up the mess. And for the Aita families displaced from their ancestral lands, no amount of repurposing can justify the loss of their home. The facilities survived, but the process remained broken. From the failed railway in the lowlands to the controversial complex in Clark, a pattern of governance issues is evident. But the trouble doesn't stop in central Luzon. Look higher. Deep in the mountains of Baguio, inside Camp John Hay, a storm has been brewing. The BCDA isn't just fighting for rails and stadiums. They are locked in a battle for Camp John Hay. And what's happening there might be the biggest mess of them all.